Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here with Glen Kellaway from the basement in our continuing series, alphabetical songs, top 10 list. Today the letter K. Initially we had a little trouble coming up with 10. Some of us did anyway, but anyway, we're here to give you our 10 favorite songs beginning with the letter K. And as we always reiterate, no repeated artists within the top 10. So, Glenn, it's you, man. Start it off.
Okay. This episode brought to you by Kellaway from the basement. Okay. I only have 9.
Okay.
I searched the world over for 10. And it was a just debate whether Tony Orlando and Don was going to be on the list or not. And I just decided to leave them off.
Good move.
Number 9 is not my favorite Hall & Oates song, but I am a Hall & Oates fan, and I do like the song. It's called Kiss on My List.
Yeah.
So it's kind of catchy, I guess.
It is
Kind of
catchy.
stupid, but kind of catchy.
It's not really a Glenn song, but in this
It's
case,
not, but
it is.
I really like Hall & Oates. I just, what can I say? Next, the band, the best band album in my opinion. The second one, the
Yeah.
brown one, and the last track is King Harvest. Will surely come, or it surely come.
That's a great one.
Number 8.
All
Is that
right.
okay? You just want to do 9 and 8, and then
Yeah.
you're going to do 10, 9, and 8?
I'll do 10, 9, and 8 because
Okay.
I found the 10th one, which I do like. I don't have an album by this individual.
I feel like I'm going to be roasting you a couple of times through this one.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You're good at it too, and I can take it.
It's only because I love you. It's not
exactly. My number 10 is from 1965. An artist I don't have in my catalog, but it's on this comp of 1965 super hits. Roger Miller, King of the Road.
I thought about that one.
I do like the song.
It is a good song. Roger Miller, he had some great songs.
Yeah, and good. The lyrics are cool. You can relate to them, all that good stuff. So
I honestly thought of putting that on there.
That made my list. Beat out by a hair, Tony Orlando and Dawn Knoxville. That's our running punchline in case you haven't caught on. Number 9. Randy Nelson will be thrilled with me. The Who. The Kids Are All Right.
Oh, forgot about that one.
Another catchy.
Been in my 10.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, there's one.
And
my Ass Biter of the Week. Kids Are All Right.
Number 8, which I do expect somewhere on your list, maybe a little bit later, but it's my number 8. Physical Graffiti, Kashmir, Led Zepp, epic FM radio staple. That's my number 8.
Is that real Kashmir, Georgie?
All righty.
Okay, so I'm doing 7, 6, 5?
Yes.
Okay. 7. Paul Simon. I have this great comp called The Essential Paul Simon, man. It's got some great stuff on it. But Kodachrome.
Fantastic.
Love that track. Catchy as hell, man.
Yep.
Next. Here's an album that all us North Americans are familiar with. Beatles 6. Kansas City.
Oh, good one.
Wilbur Harrison, the original, right? And but I love the Beatles version of it.
Okay.
That'd be my favorite version.
Nice.
I think Randy will like that one too.
That's 2 for Randy so far.
Yep. And not my favorite Bob Dylan song, but it was a big hit for him, and it's a great song, really. Knocking on Heaven's Door, from the soundtrack of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Good song. And Dylan appears in that movie as well.
He does. I don't know if I'm going to
get rid of that. There we go.
It looks like telemarketers.
Yeah.
1-800.
I get them all day. My number 7. I have 3 here. 7, 6, and 5 are all in my lane that I don't like to move out of. And number 7, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Kathmandu.
Going to Kathmandu.
That's really, really where I'm going to. Number 6, The Boss, from his second album, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Kitty's Back.
Oh, I love that song.
That rocks, man. And the band
Great
is in
song.
full force on that baby.
There is a killer version of that on the live stuff from 75
Oh,
from Hammersmith.
yeah.
You have that CD?
Yes, I do.
Oh, there's a killer version of that song on
Yeah.
there.
That's a
Another
great.
one.
I saw that once live too in person. It's fantastic.
Man. Okay, that's taken over as my ass biter of the week. I should have had that.
That's vintage Bruce. And number 5, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Into the Great Wide Open, and the song is King's Highway, a personal favorite of mine.
Oh.
You don't know it? It's classic Petty, very melodic, and it rocks a bit. King's Highway.
Some deep cuts. Look at
Yeah.
Rich going for the deep cuts.
I learned from the best, Glenn.
Oh, right on. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thanks. All right, 4-3-2.
4. Talk about deep cuts. I'm going to blow you out of the water with this one. Frank Zappa from Uncle Meat. King Kong. Great instrumental.
Don't
Takes
know
the
it, but
side of the album, the last track. It's like a whole thing, like it's different parts and everything, but it's great instrumental. Famous because John Lennon stole it from Frank Zappa. You know that story when they played together at the Fillmore and those live with John Lennon there John released them on the Somewhere in England or somewhere not in England, somewhere in New York City album.
don't know it.
And it's on the jam session at the end of that album. And he changed the name of it and called it his own song.
Oh, man.
You can go on YouTube and watch Frank slamming John for stealing he didn't do anything about it because it was John Lennon. He let it go, but he was pissed.
Did John have a response to the Frank?
No, I don't think so.
No,
just took it as his own.
That's a good tidbit.
The Beatles had a way of doing that, you know. I mean, George with they just thought they could get away with it because
My Sweet Lord, right? That was a sort of.
George stole a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Thieves.
Yeah. I mean, so you think about, I also read a book on Delaney and Bonnie. So Delaney and Bramlett, when George was hanging around with Delaney and Bonnie and friends and that, Delaney would sit on the bus and play and they would jam and he would do this thing, My Sweet Lord. And he'd play. That's where George not only stole the melody from He's So Fine,
right.
He stole the actual words.
Wow.
Of the title of the song from Delaney Bramlett and promised him that he would give him credit and never did. There's a lot of stuff like that. Next, I'm going back to Paul Simon, but I think I can get away with it because it's Simon and Garfunkel.
Yes.
Beautiful song. Kathy's song.
I was hoping you had that one because that was my number 11. I left that off mine.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think that's just one of Paul Simon's most beautiful tracks.
It's a beauty.
Yeah. And number 2, I like soul music. You like soul music?
I do. Yep.
And I think my favorite soul song is Knock on Wood by Eddie Floyd.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It was kind of one of the early ones I was aware of and just a great song. And I have this soul comp called The Collection. It's great. It's got every freaking great soul track you'd ever want. Triple CD. But anyway, yeah, Knock on Wood. Better not.
That's a good
wood, baby.
Fantastic. Number 4. I have 2 of the ones you already talked about. Number 4, Kodachrome from There Goes Rhymin' Simon. What can I say? I remember this on the radio all the time back in 72, 73, whenever it came out. Fantastic song. Mama, Don't Take My Kodachrome Away. Number 3, The Police from Synchronicity. King of Pain.
Oh, my wife's going to be mad at me for that. Another ass biter.
King of Pain. And the
great song.
It is a great one. Number 2, mentioned already. I like it a tad more. Knocking on Heaven's Door. Bob Dylan. Great.
Great. Wow, number 2 on your list.
Made it to 2.
I wonder
Yep.
what number one's going to be. I can't think of what your number one's going to be at all.
And you probably will vehemently disagree with it, but so be it.
Better not. Okay. I don't want to throw. I'm going to throw us. I'll tell you what I was thinking after you say it, just in case I'm right. My
Okay.
number one you already mentioned, but it's lower on your list, but it's actually one of my favorite songs. It would be, top 25 song of all time for me would be Kashmir.
Yeah.
Zeppelin. It's my favorite Zeppelin song. I love the whole Eastern influence of it, and just what a great track that is. I'm absolutely my favorite Zeppelin song. So Kashmir, number one.
Great. And on a personal, I'm a Phillies fan. Chase Utley's walk-up song was Kashmir when he played with the Phillies.
Oh, really?
I
You
always
just go,
wanted
yeah. Oh, wow.
this song. My number one, all you Steely Dan fans out there, Kid Charlemagne.
Oh, good one.
I
Man,
love
I
Kid
missed some good
Charlemagne.
ones.
And I love this album, The Royal Scam. I think it's one of their better albums.
It is.
And that's my number one. When I'm looking at it all the way through, nobody else could beat it out for what I like.
Wow. Did you have to look, did you have to research some of those? Because I just never even thought about them.
No, the only one that I might have researched or dug deep on was King of the Road. But
that just came to me when I was going through my CDs trying to find a couple more this morning, and then I went King of the Road because I was trying to think of words that start with the letter K. There's not a lot.
I have I wouldn't call it a database, but I have a list of artists and favorite songs for each artist, and I sort of dive back into that and look for K songs, and that's where I came up with my list.
Wow, very cool. That's good. We did good. You know what song I thought you were going to pick for number one? I'm probably insulting you. Kind of a Drag by the Buckinghams.
You know what? I had it written down, but it was never going to make my list
because I don't like that song, and I was thinking, I don't want to bug them about that.
There's a couple from that era, Kind of a Drag and Kicks by Paul Revere and the Raiders.
That one I really liked. That I could have put as number 10.
Killer Queen, but I'm not really a huge Queen fan.
I'm not a Queen fan, so.
And then a couple of Kentucky songs, Kentucky Rain by Elvis.
Oh, Kentucky Woman, Neil Diamond?
Kentucky Woman, Neil Diamond. Both of those, either one would have fit, but they just didn't make my 10. If we were doing 15, I would have put them both in.
Wow, I would have put Kentucky Woman. I like those old Neil Diamond songs.
Yeah. I do like Kind of a Drag, too, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. I never liked that song.
Kind of a drag.
Never a drag when your baby.
Buckinghams.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. We had some trepidation about going into K, but it turned out pretty good, I think.
It didn't turn out too bad. It turned out better than I thought it would.
Yeah,
it's still probably my least favorite of the letters we've done so far.
It is pretty much near the bottom, I think, too.
Yeah. And I've already got my L's done. I completed them. I got 10 outstanding L's. I'm looking forward to the L's.
I'm looking forward. I have a couple checked off. We'll do that on Friday, but
yeah,
that should be a good letter. There's a lot of Dynamite L songs, I think.
There is.
And then
the M is going to be off the charts too. We're coming up to the good letters now.
Yeah. Where do we get to S and T and all those big ones?
Oh, Lord.
Look out.
Maybe we should make it 12.
Yeah, we might have to. Nah, we're going to stick to 10.
Yeah, keep it at 10.
That way people can fill in the blanks for what we miss on. And we don't always match every way. We might have 2 or 3 each time that match them or freestyle.
Yeah, we've done a pretty good job of coming up with, pretty much 20 good songs.
I think so.
I'm always surprised at the ones you pick, and then I go, oh, man, how did I miss
Kitty's
that?
back. Kitty's back in town.
Kitty's back. I should have had that.
Yeah.
And
anyway.
I always look, too, because I always go Springsteen, Tom Petty, and I could never think of songs. I was going, no, Springsteen doesn't have any K songs.
He had one.
He did.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Always appreciate the comments. Thumbs up. Go over and subscribe. Glen Kellaway from the Basement if you haven't already. We'll be back with the letter L later in the week. So for Glenn, this is Rich. Take care, and we will see you soon. Take it easy.